Hey folks, we're going to hear a new artist today, and I'm looking forward to this. And we're going to hear a new artist courtesy of Kevin Bounds. And this isn't one of Kevin's own songs, but Kevin donated for me to do a reaction to Gwyn Bridges. It's spelled Gwyn, but it's pronounced Gwen. Thank you for that insight, Kevin, which you provided. And the name of the song is Crazy World of Love. And I don't know Gwen, but I absolutely love doing these reactions for artists that I'd not heard of. And some of these artists have really big followings that I've never heard of. I don't know Gwen's story because I don't do research. I really just like to know as little as possible about a song and an artist going into it. But Gwyn Bridges, Crazy World of Love, doesn't that encapsulate, that just captures it. It captures virtually every song ever written. Everyone's lifestyle, everybody's life story involves other people, what went right, what went wrong. So the Crazy World of Love, yes. All right, let's see what her version of this is, though. Wow. When did this come out?
Started out just a glance, some conversation, slow dance. It was nothing, it didn't mean too much.
To him it did.
All of a sudden, he's on your mind. You think about him all the time. Welcome, girl, to the crazy world of love.
The seed of an idea.
Hearts doing somersaults, head spinning like a top with thoughts of only him. Pacing up and down the hall, waiting for his phone call. Can't wait to see your baby again.
I'm also giving a shout out to my neighbor Jackie.
Go ahead, try to deny, but you're dreaming from cloud nine. Welcome, girl, to the crazy world of love. Get too close, put up your guard. You might wind up with a broken heart. That's something you've had your share of. Strange emotions burn within. You can't believe you're falling. Welcome, girl, to the crazy world of love.
Such a common story.
Hearts doing somersaults, head spinning like a top with thoughts of only him. You're pacing up and down the hall, waiting for his phone call. Can't wait to see your baby again. Go ahead, try to deny, but you're dreaming from cloud nine. Welcome, girl, to the crazy world of love.
It's like a mother to a teenage.
Welcome, girl, to the crazy world of love.
The instrumentation was perfect for that, because that's what, if it keeps going and going and going and going, and there's this frenetic energy and you're hopeful, you know your heart might get broken. That's why we're reluctant. Once it's been broken, we're more reticent or reluctant or careful about getting into the next relationship, because we want to experience the joy of a relationship, but we don't want to experience it ending and the pain involved in that. And the self-indictments, like, what was I thinking? I saw all the red flags there. But this sounded like it could have been a song of like an older sister to a younger sister who might be in her teens and fallen in love, or she thinks she's fallen in love, or it could be a mother to a daughter, grandmother to a granddaughter. It could be anything, and it probably wouldn't be a friend to a friend, because friends, yeah, this is an older person to a younger person's type of advice. Yeah, welcome to it. But it is so funny to hear this, because like even in my personal my life coaching that I do as my primary line of work, this story plays out even among adults, even among people who've been divorced and are starting to date again. This very story just keeps playing out because it is the human race's condition. There's something, and you meet somebody, you don't think anything of it at first. You usually do. If there's something there, at least for guys, because so much of it is based on looks. Same thing for women. I mean, women want a good looking dude. The word I hear you guys using all the time is like, oh, he's cute. That's, you guys talk that way. We're like, oh, she's hot. Some of you girls will say men are hot too, and then, intelligence is a turn on, and everybody has their own things, but stupidity is not a turn on for anybody. But when something sparks in you, and then it was funny the way it was depicted, that it's like the slow percolation where then you find it didn't mean anything when you danced with them at first or said hi, whatever, however any relationship would start. But then you find yourself thinking a little bit more about them in this case. And then now it's like, oh my God, when we text, or in this song as the phone rings, and you're like, you hope it's him, or a text, you look at your phone, you're like, oh, I hope it's not the bank telling me something. I hope that text is from him. You want that to see where it goes, but you don't want your heart broken. You're like, crap, man, why can't things be easier? But that's why it's beautiful when your relationship works. I love seeing relationships that work because it's kind of like businesses. Like when you see a business that succeeds, I'm really happy for them because it's something like 80% of businesses go under within a year, certainly within 2 years, and like 90% go out within 5 years, something to that. I mean, it's very difficult. So for each business that succeeds, even if it's a small mom and pop shop, they're defied the odds, so to speak. They made it work, and I'm really happy for them. And in a relationship, it's kind of like that too, because half of marriages end in divorce, but 90% of relationships don't end in marriage. Because you date somebody from high school, you go into college, but normally you go through a number of breakups before you marry someone, and then half of those explode. And then 70% of second marriages explode. Anytime a relationship works, I'm like, yes, but we all have that intrinsic fear and distaste for having our heart crushed. We don't want that. So I love the hope stage of this, though, the way Gwyn depicted it. That was I don't know who wrote this. Kevin, I don't know who wrote it. I don't do the research, as you know. I like to experience it virginally, and this was fun. I like her voice. I like just the beautiful femininity that shows up in traditional country music. Some music like rap and others are just so hard edge, and I don't mind rap. There's some rap that I like. I especially like the early rap with the Fat Boys and Run DMC and those guys, but the gangster rap, some of it's very creative, and I even like some of it, but it's not what I put on when I get in my car. The femininity is like, oh yeah, women are good being women. And the cutesy part here is just sweet. So, all right, Kevin, I'll rate that song. I liked the instrumentation right out of the chute. I liked it. I did. It drew me in. It was up tempo. It was a feel good song, and I love those. So the number that popped into my head was an 8.8 because I had a goofy grin on the whole time, and that was just my feel listening to the song. It's like, oh yeah, and I just, so many women, this is how it works for them. Probably for us guys too, where we're like, oh my God, does she like me or not? I don't know if in the beginning stages, if it's even of a relationship, if it's even fair to say, like the man would think about the girl more than the woman thinks of the guy. I don't know, but I do know, and I have 2 surrogate daughters, and I know how they approach things, and they talk about guys very differently in the beginning stages. Like, yeah, I'm really crushing whatever on this guy. And guys don't generally talk about it like that, but I don't know. Maybe that's just a small sample size in my world, but there you go, guys. You can leave your comments for Kevin. Maybe Gwyn will see this. Gwyn, that was gorgeous. That was fantastic. And that's just some insight. Men, pay attention. That's how it works for girls. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you in another video. Keep rocking the country.